hate puppies.
Hear how that music fades in just right?
Yeah, that was a nice edit
Good
job you
podcast.
did. The outro was even better.
Yeah. Oh, that outro was great.
I had a line on the outro and you cut it.
I didn't cut anything. Like, that was the raw file y'all gave me.
Oh.
It must have been cut beforehand. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend or this week. I don't know. It is March Madness. People are drinking in the middle of the week. It's kind of how it goes, at least the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do. Dude, y'all did a good job.
Thank you. Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Been 3 weeks.
It has been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I have been long gone. I barely remembered how to do this. Still know more than y'all. Learned that. That much I figured out real quick. But I figured out that back in the day, I used to have to edit all the time.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple years. Like, this board has made it so easy that I haven't had to do all that editing. I literally could not figure out how to get the music to fade in properly like I used to do. And I was like, fuck it. And then at the end, I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, it was my wife's birthday. She was like itching to go. She's like, we got to go. And I'm like, just hold on 1 minute. I got to get this podcast out. Like, these guys did all the work. And I don't want to listen to it. I just want to get these little things buttoned up.
It went like this. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Inside. I like puppies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that wasn't right.
It was not right. But I just didn't have time to figure it
So
out.
I told you not to listen to it too much because my goal was we were trying to make it like a love fest for you to let you know how much we appreciated you. So I don't know if that conveyed through the...
It conveyed from you.
Okay.
Allow me to say thank you.
Okay.
The rest of those shit sticks.
Lee was about to give you a reach around if you had been here.
Lee was actually number 2.
I didn't say
Number
shit
2.
nice
No.
about you.
No. You guys were douchebags. You guys are like, what has he done for me lately? Is all I'm hearing.
It did quickly get to start picking apart things you did wrong. I was like, let's get
You
back.
kept coming back. You kept coming back and being like, another example of all the stuff Brendan does. And I was like, and that actually felt good. It felt good for me to listen.
That was the point.
Yeah, it did. What did bum me out is I can't get 5 motherfuckers to show up here. For the life of me.
I threw the bat signal out, dude. I think they could hear the desperation in the text messages. It was like, please.
Yeah, what font do you use for that?
Yeah.
Just sad font. They need
Just
to give us sad
crying.
fonts. You know, like I can opt for sarcastic font so you know that I'm not calling you fat.
Now, I know
That would be helpful.
I know you're standing
Why are you
up.
looking at me?
I wasn't. I look around the room the whole time, you self-conscious son of a bitch.
I know you're standing up, so don't fall over when I tell you that. Ely did say he was down to assist and help, and then he did not.
Yep.
You're not shocked.
No. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how he helps. What he does is he gives you hope, and hope is the most important thing you could have. He's actually doing you quite the favor. Shawshank Redemption was built entirely on hope.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that's the greatest movie ever made because of the hope.
Because of the hope.
Ely gives you hope. But he has the same...
He rips it right out from under you.
Yeah, he's the same amount of hope as... what's that dude's name? Gus? Who's the one?
Red?
No,
Andy.
No, the one who hung himself.
Oh, yeah.
The old man.
Shit, what was his name?
He carved it in the thing. Was here.
God, what was his name? That's going to bother me now. But anyway.
But that's Ely.
So, but yeah, the 4 guys that showed up, I was extremely happy that they all showed up because I felt, and we had it all planned out. I was like, see this button? This is the pause button. We used to use it. We haven't used it in a while. I was like, but if we get dead, if we start to peter out,
boom.
I'm hitting it. And then we didn't have to hit it. So it went.
There were 2 times you should have.
Oh, really?
Definitely horrible stuff.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
No, it was a good episode.
No,
it made
the
me very
topics
happy.
could have been bad, but we didn't peter out. We didn't hit a wall. So,
I did get a view from a female listener.
oh,
The sports jerseys and collectibles. She's like, you could have gone away from there.
oh, she didn't want to hear it.
She was just like, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
But she said, but I'm also female. So
We also talk, a lot of things we talk about.
Okay,
aren't-
well, she's sexist. So
I agree.
you should tell her that because
Reverse misogyny.
that's ludicrous. I know plenty of women who like sports collectibles.
Oh yeah, just tons of them.
There are tons of them.
Both of them.
Unrelated note, we were at Babe's the other night.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's inside joke for Richmonders.
That's where all your sports collectibles were.
No, I thought it was good, man. You guys did a good job. You kept it flowing. Troy, you did an amazing job steering that thing, like continuing, keeping it on the rails.
Having this board staring back at me, there was a whole new revelation.
Oh, yeah, I'm constantly looking down. I just made an adjustment for Dave's mic because it sounded
Well,
weak.
we hadn't done this, and I give the board the credit and you some of it. But remember, we've not recorded. We've done it a few times, and that was sitting in the back of my head the whole time. Like, we're not going to be like, we're gonna get an hour into this, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, guys, we haven't even. None of this counts. Let's start over."
I didn't have the heart to tell you that the scariest thing about this board, that's a touchscreen.
Yes, we figured that out.
Don't touch
Yeah.
anything. And I figured that out like in the first couple episodes where like you're looking at this nice thing and I was like, oh, that's a smudge. And then you hit it and you're like, what is happening? It's a whole new screen. It's got all new options. So, but I didn't even want to bring it up because I figured you weren't going to touch it.
Well, I felt bad for Stu because he bought that $50 card and it would not format.
Yeah, look at this government issued fucking card for starters. Like, look at it may as well just say government SD card. That is the same font they use for government cheese, government beer.
Ran by like Office Max or something weird. Or it was, it was like a Rite Aid he bought it from. I was like, why?
That makes sense.
That would have been the last place I would have bought anything of any, like.
He was picking up his
CVS
ED medicine.
It's the only card you can buy with an EBT account right there.
I mean,
fucking ludicrous.
it is like, I love walking around and looking at drugstores, but they are the worst place to buy anything.
Right.
Like, unless you're getting your pharmaceuticals there, you're going to grab some deodorant and some shampoo, but you're wasting your money at anything you buy in those places.
I don't know. All that stuff was seen on TV.
They do have that.
I do
section.
love that. I'll be like, oh, Floby, are you serious? I thought these were gone.
No, CVS got you.
Yeah, we got you back. They have a
Yeah.
whole section for that crap.
Yeah.
And that's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
That's a sign when you're in a declining mall,
Yeah.
indoor mall, when they have
The
a
kiosk.
as seen on TV store.
But they have a whole store for that?
It used to be like Radio Shack or something, and then they have as seen on TV, and you walk in and there is the Floby, and there is the just all that stuff, and it actually has the as seen on
The
TV
Snuggie.
logo.
Yeah, that's the logo I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know.
That says high quality.
I want to know that people in China are like, it was made where? Disgusting. Like, that's the worst quality.
Yeah. So you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what
good
else
job.
did you,
though.
what else did you learn listening to our podcast without you on it? The jokes, they hit harder.
The jokes hit harder.
Was there ever a time that the podcast came to a grinding halt?
None that I can remember because I tend to block that stuff out. But I do.
Did you find someone extremely funny?
Dave. Dave is extremely funny.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't say a lot, but what he says carries weight.
Yes.
And I respect that. Like, that's what I've missed. When you're sitting here in the room, I guess you don't hear it necessarily sometimes because you're talking, you're doing your thing.
When you're like with Dave, he doesn't convey funny.
No, it's sad. Actually, it's mostly
The closer you are to him, the less funny he gets.
yeah, he's sadder. But if it has to be turned into a digital medium and then beamed off through the internet and then back to
A
you,
week later.
if you get that much
Then it's
distance,
hilarious.
my goodness, what a funny man.
Yeah.
I think the heart grows fonder.
That's fair. Yeah. But you see, like, that joke right there. Like, I look over and he just keeps his, like, deadpan face. Like, he's just doing his thing. And that's funny in its own way, but it's more laugh out loud funny
Yeah.
when you're listening
That'll
back.
be funnier next week.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's not. I think you basically have whatever that is. I mean, you just do those one-liners, you throw them out. So I was surprised at how funny Dave was. He's probably like my third mic of choice right now, knowing what a
Nice.
listener hears.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
that's
because you weren't producing, you weren't talent. You were a straight listener that time.
yeah. The only
First time.
ever.
Yeah.
In almost 9 years. I just almost had that 9-year mark.
Hey, in another 8 years and 11 months, you get another vacation, buddy.
And I appreciate that. I do. It's excellent. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll be an old ass man. But yeah, and I start to now understand some of the complaints I've heard from listeners over the years.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That checks out.
They say your voice is too melodic.
Two? Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's a little too melodic. It's borderline homoerotic.
Listeners shouldn't have crushes on the talent.
They shouldn't, but boy, howdy do they.
Keeps them coming back.
Or never at all.
Once out of every 6 to 8 times, they'll
Yeah.
come back.
But I definitely heard some. I think Stu adds a lot to the show, and he does a lot of good things. But he does occasionally pull the old okey doke, like out of nowhere. Like everyone's talking about A, and he goes, "But B, B." And then as soon as you go, "Well, what's up with B?" and he goes, "I forgot C." And you go, "Wait, but." We're going to, okay. And then Troy steers it back to A. And I was like, that was fun for me. Like, in its own weird way.
Watching that car wreck was fun.
It was kind of fun, but it's rare he does it. Like most of the time he's spot on. And I think Lee, you can't discredit how many reps Lee has taken over the years.
That's the secret, right? And it makes sense, right? Like, to be good at this, you got to put the reps in, like most things in life.
Yeah.
So, like,
and Adam's getting close.
yeah,
like he's getting to the point where like he's just adding conversation pieces, keeping it moving, adding to it. Lee actually had something that, you know, like when you're listening to a podcast and you're like, I wish I could just say this.
yeah.
But I'm not there, which was even weirder because there was like a podcast I'm always on.
You're
So
like, I would have come back with da da da.
Yeah, I was like, I've got a point here.
Yeah.
And then Lee made my point.
Nice.
I was like, yes, when you guys were talking about daylight savings time, and he was like, why don't we just do a half hour and just call it a wash and stay there?
Yeah.
And that's always been my argument. And he nailed it. And I was like, all right, Lee's cool. Like, I like him. He can't add, but he got that right.
I'd never heard that take, but that kind of makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. It evens out everything. Just shift it a half an hour. Call it a day. It's gonna fuck up those people who can't. What's the word I'm thinking of? You know, the people who they got to touch everything a certain way. It'll mess up OCD people knowing that we're actually on the 30 at the hour.
One, to Dave's point, it would mess up his setting of the clock in the vehicles.
Yes, it would screw that up. I wonder how
push
many.
this button 30 times.
Right.
I wonder how many OCD suicides you'd have in that year when you first go to that. Because it would sit with them all the time. Like, it's not 1 o'clock.
Oh,
it's
yeah. I
either
never thought about
12:30 or
that.
1:30. It's not right. It would mess them up.
Does
Which maybe we could thin the
leap
herd.
year throw them for a loop?
I don't know. I wonder if. I guess because that's known. Like, they know every 4 years I get
And
to
it's
do
always
this.
been a thing.
Yeah. It's if you changed it, though, and 30 minutes was now the top
Yeah.
of the hour. We could really thin the herd, get rid of some of them OCDs.
Are any of y'all the type that sets clocks wrong
Yes.
to like help you?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
I used to do it too,
And then I'd be
and-
like,
and it
"Haha, I
drives
got
me
5
crazy."
more minutes.
Yeah.
No, I do that, and I know I've done it. It doesn't trick me, but I'm still like, everything's going to be just fine. That clock is fast.
Yeah, you just kind of adapt.
It's only in my car, because clearly you can't do that with your phone.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
that's where it ruined it for me. Once the phone came in and everything started being it, now I have to go around the house and stand in front of the microwave, staring
Does
at my
it bother
phone next to it.
So it does bother you if they're a minute off?
It
OCD.
bothers me if it's more than. Yeah, no, I do
That's
have.
kind of OCD-ish.
Yeah, but not enough that the half hour thing would take me out of the game.
Yeah.
It would be future generations of my spawn that would be far worse and have to. Then we'd switch it back.
If
we do it every 10 years.
like around a minute off, where like it ticks and then less than a minute later it catches up, that doesn't bother me. But like when things are, if I look at 3 or 4 clocks in my,
they're all different,
and they're all different. Like I'm like, and they're getting worse. Like like I'm just like, oh, this is brutal.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. Like I have to stand there and like each clock. It'll take me 10 minutes to reset the clocks because I'll be standing there with my phone.
And now,
yes, and did it. And if I miss it, then I'm pissed. Like I was so satisfied the other day. I came in and my microwave turned. I looked down at the oven really quick, and it had just been the other minute, and it turned at the same. I was like, I'm awesome. It was like a little victory for me, and I'm one power just surge away from losing that.
All right, so
just go in and throw a breaker.
Tell me about pumping gas. Do you do it to the gallon or to the dollar?
I used to do it to the dollar. Like I used to care all the time, like try to get to that zero.
Right.
Now I have completely given up. I've gone completely the other way. It's anarchy.
Do you think about it as you drive away?
No, but I'll think about it in the moment.
I'm like that when it comes to tipping for some reason. I'm trying to wean myself off of it where like if it's $6 and something, I'll tip $3 and change to make it even 10. Like I always want to be even.
That's too much math.
That's a first world problem, actually. I've heard that servers,
they hate that.
Yeah, they want, if it's $7.36,
they want $7 or $8.
Yeah, they want your bill to end in 36 cents. Otherwise, they have to carry around 64 cents in change.
And I get that.
They want, instead of tipping $3.92,
now
they want $4.
I don't balance my checkbooks and stuff. I my wife does all that. So, but because I learned to do everything that way.
Who balances check? Was she 90?
No, I'm just saying like this. Exactly. We don't have to do it, but you used to, when we were raised, like you had to, when you were poor, you had to keep up with every cent. So
absolutely.
Like I would always round to the nearest dollar. I would buy gas to the exact dollar. So when I would balance out everything, it would make sense. It would be easier. Now I don't do that, but because I trained myself.
That's what it is.
In that way. Now we're like, I should just pump gas until it cuts off, take it out and shove it back in there. Cause what do I care? Like, but the OCD in you is kind of like, I got to get that dollar, or if it's not $1, it's got to be, $10.25 or $10.50, like
something that's easy to work.
Yeah.
With. It's still in your brain.
Even though I'm not,
you're not doing it. Yeah. To me, I look at that as a more difficult formula. Like, I don't want to have to, I was told there'd be no math. It's bad enough that I got to come up with 20%.
Yeah.
And my 20% is easy. I move a decimal and just double it.
Yeah.
And I just then round up to the nearest number. Mm-hmm. That's basically how I do it.
Yeah.
Except for the Duke. The Duke has learned my system, and he knows that
Who's the Duke?
He's here.
What?
Hey, boys. How you doing?
The Duke is here. He's just watching March Madness.
Yeah. He's a little
18 minutes. He's here for the deli and basketball.
Yeah.
We made him go up to the mic. Just sit there. Put on the headphones.
Oh, I am.
Gotcha, boss.
But the Duke has learned how I do this. He knows I just double it because I'm doing the 20% on the tax, which is already an overtip. Technically, you're not even supposed to tip on the tax. So I bump it up.
Everyone does that, though, right?
I don't think so.
I think it is now looked down upon if you do not tip on the tax.
Oh, now it's looked down upon if you don't
overtip.
Tip 25+%.
Yeah.
But if you notice on the tip, gratuity, a lot of times they don't even tell you.
It's already included.
Yeah, it's
and
included.
Then they want you to tip again.
Yeah.
Oh, they're dirty.
The Duke hadn't spoken so long that I've been adjusting his mic to get Dave where I wanted him. And then I just heard him and he's like, hey, everybody! I'm like, golly. Okay, now Dave's mic's going to be much better.
So you were adjusting the wrong mic?
I was adjusting the third mic, and then when he came in, I was like, boy, he's awfully loud.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm just saying, gratuity, they need to tell you if it's included.
They should.
You know? You go to a restaurant and you're like, all right, I'm tipping them.
That's lying by omission, right?
Right.
It's not cool.
Which is some of the worst.
Yeah.
But he's figured out that I do that. I just move the decimal, double it, and then just round up to the next dollar. So now he does that and adds $1.
Yes.
It aggravates me.
I wish this
to
was video because he is
no
grinning ear to ear. He is so happy that he's sticking that knife in your side.
He literally will get up from the table and
Well,
he'll go,
everybody knows the Duke's a better tipper than you. Always has been.
so he does it now intentionally every time.
So,
now,
like, if y'all are eating together and it's the
and
bill,
I go, we'll just split the bill.
yeah.
He always goes, "What'd you tip?" And then slides it over, and his is $1 higher. So now I'm having to like add like $3 just to try, and he's starting to figure that out. But like, there are some nights where I'll just
The
sit.
server gets both tabs, and there's like 4 different numbers scratched out. They're like, what's wrong with these guys?
It's brutal. So I've had to start just accepting my fate. And now I'll just sit back in the cut and watch him over tip just to ensure.
Yeah.
Because when I started bumping it up, he started bumping it up.
You know the trick. You just tip what you normally do. He goes $1 over, and then when you're walking away, you just throw a couple dollars cash on the table.
I've done that. He's seen me do that. Go back and drop heads like, screw you, man. Like it's all oftentimes, there's my tip, there's the $20, and then the $2 cash.
You know how much the waiter or waitress, how cool they think you are
They don't
for doing that?
You think they do, or you think they
No,
just
not
move
at
on?
all. They
Yeah, I
don't
was about to
care-
say, I think
don't
they
care
just,
at all.
I think they just move on. Have
Now-
you ever been at a dinner where someone didn't tip? Like you split a bill
Ooh,
and they didn't tip at all?
no.
No.
Yes.
I have too, and
Yeah.
that cost me a fortune.
Oh, you mean other than your own parent?
Yeah.
Ooh,
No, like I've been out with friends, and like I look over, like we've split the tab, and I look over, and there's literally a 0 and a signature.
But you don't always know because they could drop cash.
I've seen it where they've left, and I've had to go back and drop cash because I just feel awkward.
Like 15, 20 years ago, I was working and we went out for lunch with my boss and a bunch of coworkers, and it was a nightmare trying to split it like 10 or 12 ways. And then like everyone, like no one claimed their drinks, no one claimed the tax. And like the whole thing was a nightmare. And I ended up like having to pay for the majority of it. And I wasn't making any money at the time. And it really grossed me out because my boss was like part of the problem. And I'm like looking at her, I'm like, you're supposed to pay for this stuff. She's like, oh, no. I'm like, this waiter or waitress is going to get screwed. And I always hated going out for these group lunches where it's split 10, 12 ways because of that shit.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Dude, when you just said waiter and waitress, are we just supposed to call them all waiters now? Like actors, right?
Yeah, I guess.
There was
I
an
don't know.
actress and an actor.
Yeah.
And now you're not allowed to say that. You just say actor. They're all actors. Even though yet we somehow give awards to females and males.
Yeah.
what is the award called for the female supporting act?
I think it's actor now.
Yeah.
Is it best female?
It's like
actor?
best female actor. Which
That's ridiculous.
why is the actor and actress the problem part of that
Right.
in
Yeah.
today's world? Like,
It's kind of screwed up.
yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But like, so when do I have to start calling my waitress a waiter?
I think you call them servers.
That's it.
Server sounds worse.
Right, because that's what I call my prostitute.
See, it's that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. And you don't know if that's male or female.
And I don't normally tip either. I
No.
mean, with money.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Just the tip. That's all you give. Because you're a classy man.
You know,
That's how you roll.
just playing a character.
Now and even like stewardesses became flight attendants.
Yeah.
That one was for the other direction. The guys were feeling a little weird.
Weren't they stewards?
They were stewards.
No, steward's not here.
New nickname.
Steward?
Stewardess.
He would be a stewardess.
I'm just going to call him steward. Like just putting the D on there just feels awesome.
Did we wish Stewart a happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Stu. This is a big one.
The big one.
This is the one you just like hope to get to.
Yeah.
Now he's there. Now he's got to like reset the bar.
Now he's finally the age we've all thought he was for the past 4 years.
Yeah. He honestly looks good for his age.
He does.
Like,
I think that's an insult. You look good for your age.
it's a compliment.
I don't know.
Has anyone ever said that to you?
No, they say I look good for my weight. Pretty sure that.
Okay, see, that's different. That is an insult.
See?
Okay, but age is like
People have said that to me. They're like, "You don't look like you weigh that much." I'm like, "What is that supposed to mean?"
Right.
it means you don't look like you weigh that much.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't take it as an insult.
No, I think that's better than you look good for your weight.
Yeah.
Like you don't look like you weigh that much is a far better compliment than you look good for your weight.
I don't think you look good for your age is bad because you're basically saying you look younger than you are.
Yeah, but if you're putting a qualifier of you look good, ... even though you have this handicap,
Yeah.
right?
You look good.
You're a great
even
basketball
though-
player, even though you have Down syndrome.
Yeah. You don't shake as much as the others.
You look good even though you're in AARP now.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that point too.
I was with someone.
So is it better to say you don't look 65? Is that better? Or is it
Yeah.
better to say you look younger than 65?
I think if you say, I honestly thought you were 50. Like if you
Yeah.
give them a number, I think it's a lot easier to wrap your head around the compliment.
Always find it funny, and maybe it's rude, but when I know someone's of a certain age and they're like, "Oh, it's my birthday," I'm like, "You don't look a day over 52," and they're 48.
Yeah,
and
of
they're
course.
Like, wait, what?
I was with someone last, we'll keep this very vague. Within the last few weeks, I was with somebody, and I've always assumed she was older than me.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. Like, not even like a question.
Like not even close in age, like plus 5 years?
I mean, at a mini.
Yeah.
Like, she's older than me.
Yeah.
No doubt. And then I was joking around about,
Hey, when are you expecting? No?
different joke. I assumed she wasn't expecting. She's been infertile for a decade. That's my assumption. But I had made a comment about how like Gen X and millennials, there really needs to be something in between there. And I was like, and really there's like a 5-year gap that I call the pager generation.
Yeah.
These are the people who actually had pagers.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, then you should fall somewhere right in between. You're not a millennial. You're not a Gen
Definitely
Xer.
not a millennial.
But you're not a Gen Xer.
I don't even see. I think we've talked about something like there's so many overlays of all these, and like I always forget because like there's Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. Like I'm like,
They've moved the line, and now if you were 79,
and if you Google it, you will find your age range in multiple different ones.
yes, but now
So it's
the
very
accepted is
confusing.
like they put it at the decade. 79
Okay.
is like Gen X, last Gen X, 80s. But like, I think that there's that pager generation, and those people were probably born like 76 to like 82.
Yeah.
Those people had pagers.
Yeah.
They didn't have cell phones yet. They had pagers because they were still cool.
They were young enough when the internet came out, but they didn't grow up with the internet.
Yeah, the internet was what, like 95?
Yeah.
Like really the first, like it's showing up in your house?
I didn't have the internet until college.
No,
Yeah.
neither did I. But I mean, it kind of existed. Like you would hear that you got mail. Like that became like something people knew about, or
rich
at least
people.
it was showing up,
Yeah.
you know? But I was always, I think of the pager generation. I'd made a comment about pagers, and then she said something to the effect of, yeah, I had friends that had pagers, but I mean, you know, I had a cell phone. And I was like, my whole world, like, what?
Yeah.
Like it all just shifted. And I was
Meaning
like,
she was too young to ever get the pager.
yes. And I was like, well, that's because you're a young buck. She was like, haha, I know. And I was like,
And you were being funny.
no, that was my quick pivot.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't, like, of course I'm not having
Yeah.
this conversation with you. You're not the pager generation.
I was talking about your friends.
Yeah. She was like, I had some older friends that had pagers, but I had a cell phone. I was like, yeah, but that's because you're a young buck. And like, it was so smooth that I was like, nailed that. Like,
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about it.
You came off that the parallel bars and stuck the landing, and you just were like, hell yeah. Like perfect 10 right there.
Dude, it turns out she's like almost a decade younger than me.
Whoa.
I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. I mean, there's Yeah, it threw me for a loop.
That's a you thing, though. You know what? I can see you doing that because I think you have conditioned your own brain to think you're younger than you actually are.
Oh, I know I have.
Like,
I still think I've got it. Whatever it is, I've got it.
like
Tons of it.
you probably have to stop and think as to what year you were born and how old you actually are.
25.
I always have to think about how old I am. Yeah. But I don't do the math. That's too hard.
Yeah.
Anyone that rides a motorized skateboard at 1 a.m. to a party
After drinking.
has got to be under 35.
Yeah.
Thinks they're younger than they are.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel very young. Dude, the Duke's about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, this isn't good. I got Kentucky winning it all.
Like he's watching March Madness over here.
They are down 4 with 28 seconds. There's plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, there is, but it's not looking good. They just dropped a 3 on him. Like, oh. I've been watching his face, and every once in a while you'll see him go,
Yeah, he's going to. I did 0 brackets this year.
really?
0.
Who does 0 brackets?
I just said I did. So
Who
I would be-
who really does 0 brackets?
Me.
No, I mean, come on. So who Dave, you got a bracket?
I put one in about 15 minutes before tip off this morning.
There you go. That's the move.
Yeah.
I did a bracket.
The Duke's got a bracket. I got a
The
bracket.
Duke is the guy who has more than one bracket.
No, I got one, and I'm about to be out. Might as well have done 0.
I'm doing more online app gambling. Lots
Yeah.
of parlays, lots of crazy boosts that are way more expensive than any brackets.
There you
I've
go.
been in.
I got money on this game right here.
The thing about
The
the
team
brackets
that's down by
is,
32.
The thing about the brackets is there's just so much luck. It's just the more you know, almost.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help. There's always some schmuck who's like,
And this year I have no teams that I cared about. Like none of the teams I normally root for are in. So what am I doing?
yeah, I mean, my
UVA limped him, but I knew how that was going to go.
brackets
VC
are
was
simple.
out.
Arizona's always winning it all. And my brackets live or die by that.
I have Arizona winning it all.
Do you really?
Yep, my only bracket because I'm a Carolina fan, and I would never choose Carolina to win because when they lose, I don't want to be double heartbroken.
Yeah, because you could take a loss in money to get your team to win it all. Then it's like, that's fine.
I call it hedging my happiness.
Smart. It's actually not a bad play.
My wife does one for work for fun, and she always picks all the Virginia teams to go as far as they can.
Yeah, how does that work out?
Sometimes okay.
One time.
No, I mean, that's how it works, though. Like, it's always somebody who is like, I don't know. I just thought a cougar was cool. It's like, oh, well done. It's like, that was a funny name. What's a banana slug?
I think cougars are fun.
I bet you do. Problem is, you've aged out of being cougar eligible.
Really?
Yeah, a cougar is an old lady who preys on young men. Cougars are no longer fun to you.
Couldn't there be a really
Isn't there a
old?
sliding scale?
Right.
Okay, so you're saying he could bang an 80-year-old cougar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Well, then you think cougars
You're
are
back
fun.
in. Good news.
There you go. The
Your
drier,
wife's
the
going to
better.
love to hear that.
She's a year older than I am.
That does not make her
Make
a
a cougar.
cougar. No, that's
Really?
That does not make it
So what are the
a
rules?
cougar make.
a
Isn't
good question.
cougar
Duke,
like-
Duke chimes in at the right time.
I think 20 years difference.
To me, a cougar is almost like a 20-something-year-old male with a 40-something.
Yeah, so there you go. 20 years. But
Yeah.
I think a 50 with a 30 still
Yeah.
counts.
But you're
60
getting
with a 40, I don't know.
What about 80 with a 60?
That's just what's up.
That's just hot.
Yeah, that's just
That's just erotic.
you and I have the same feeling on that one. Yeah,
That's just a Saturday night.
that's right. I'll never forget the way her eyes looked over the Jello at the retirement home.
That's just the village, baby.
I've been saving my meds.
village.
Been saving my meds all week for one night. I kept putting them under my tongue and spitting them out.
Got all those blue pills.
Tonight
Ready
I'm
to
doing
rock.
all of them. It's going down. Actually, it's not going down. It's staying up. It's staying up.
I guess cougars are still a thing.
Absolutely. Cougars will always be a thing.
I know, but I feel like when like that term first came out, like you heard it all the time.
Yeah, cougar, MILF. When those first
Yeah.
came out, it was like,
Gilf.
I saw a bumper sticker that said MILF, and it said, man, I like frogs. And then it had a fucking frog on it. And I was like, you're weird on a lot of levels.
Troy, what's a gilf?
You don't know what a Gilf is?
What's the G stand for?
It's grandfather.
Or
right?
mother?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Grandmother, grandfather. Well, no, a grandfather you want to fuck is a zaddy.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Zaddies are,
That's a new term.
yeah, that's the thing, though. Actually, my goal in life is to eventually become a zaddy.
Yeah, you're on your way.
Like, that's where you got to get. You gotta get
Dave's
the-
even closer.
Oh, yeah, he's well on his way.
Yeah.
His kids are old.
Is that the
It's
qualifier?
like gray hair, gray beard, like
Oh,
that's the look.
Yeah.
Right? It's gotta be gray. It's gotta be the silver fox, right?
Yeah, silver fox,
Yeah.
zaddy, one and the same. I believe.
Yeah. That's what you like to look for.
Zaddies?
Yeah.
No. I like ugly old.
clean shaven. He likes clean shaven.
No, I want him ugly as hell. I want to make sure that no one will believe after that happens. You know what I mean? Be like, no, he could do better than him. Like
Yeah.
that's always my move. Yeah, play down to the thing you don't want people to know about.
There you go.
Because then you'd be like, come on, really? If I was going to
With
do
that-
that, would I have done that?
Come on.
I have some
Give me
respect.
some credit.
Yeah, that's always the move, man.
Yeah.
No. If you're going to step out with something disgusting. Just disgusting. You know, if they're better looking than your significant other, people are going to believe you did it.
I don't know why this popped in my head, but speaking of stepping out, did you see that Tyreek Hill had 3 kids this year?
From 3 different women?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'd have to, unless
Yeah.
they were triplets.
No, he didn't do it the old, the OG way, or maybe his way is the OG way. But that's hard to do.
I don't think so.
It's called entrapment.
Oh, the Duke has an opinion. Yeah, I'm sure he felt so entrapped.
I mean, that's what the pussy does.
I just, that's,
It's a sage.
no. I
Sage
think,
advice.
I think we all know that we could pull out. Because he's obviously not even playing the pull-out game. Because, like, you're not going to lose 3 times
No.
if you're playing the pull-out game.
No.
But he probably plays the pull-out game 365 times.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. If your numbers are up there.
His pullout game is really good.
It's like 99%
I was gonna say,
effective.
It's
Fuck!
1% failure. Yeah.
I
That
guess
1% is 3 kids.
that actually makes a lot of sense.
The math on that one.
I'm over here playing the pull-out game 3 times a year. You know?
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times out. Yeah, we're good. We're in the clear.
Yeah, you know it's how much sex can one guy be having? Oh wait. He's a football star.
Yeah.
Well, think he's having sex every day with different chicks?
Yes.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. And his pull-out game works 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the maths.
Mm-hmm. I would love to know, like his stats, like because it sounds bad when you say it that way, but yeah, he could very well be batting 99%
Yeah.
and just have a 1% failure rate and
Yep.
still have 3 women pregnant.
Which is mind-blowing. I'd be so tired. Like, you think it sounds great, but
Not
then
if they're
like,
all different.
I guess that is the factor there, right? Like, you could eat pizza every day if you got pizza from a different place every day. Like, if you were Dave Portnoy, you're doing
Detroit
the one-
style,
Yeah,
New
you're-
York style,
Especially if
Neapolitan.
it was gourmet pizza that showed up on your doorstep,
Yeah.
begging you to eat it.
It does.
We're talking pizza, right?
Yeah, he's just rating it.
Yeah. You don't even have to go order it.
Vegan, meat lovers.
Vegetarian.
I think we all got. I like. Another meat lover pizza here. What are the odds? This pizza sure does love meat.
I would veer away from the vegetarian, though. It just doesn't sound good.
Right.
It doesn't smell right.
Just anchovies.
Yeah, just smells bad. I don't know. There's hair under the crust. You know, this guy like patchouli rim. I don't know, dude. That pizza's not that great. Just something about it. Just off. It's a little off.
That's when
I
he
think the
that's when he
cheese
plays
went bad.
at Golden State.
Oh yeah. Cheese has gone just bad. Hey, you know what we should do?
Deli.
We should get a deli because the Duke has
Duke's about to
3.9 seconds of
explode.
losing his mind. Let's get a deli going. That'll buy him some time so he doesn't have to worry about all the great pot he's doing.
What do we have here?
That is the preamble from Armed Forces Brewing Company.
USA.
Like-
The official beer of freedom.
How USA is that beer?
That's amazing.
Preamble is a beer for patriotic Americans to enjoy together as we the people. It's a celebration of our founding fathers' vision of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, inspiring us to enjoy the blessings of freedom.
Damn right.
4.2%.
Session lager.
Beautiful.
I am fired up. And that has
It's got an eagle on it.
it's got the Constitution on it.
It's insurrection lager.
This is...
Tell me this doesn't look like the beer that the main character will be drinking in a bad movie, though.
Oh, dude, I was blown away. I love the whole concept of Armed Forces Brewing Company. You know, like, we've got the whole, oh, yeah, look at this, the preamble.
It's red, white, and blue if you didn't know, Brendan.
I was just going to guess. That bald eagle is sick. The Constitution scribbled in the background. Man, come on. This is a beer. Don't you dare rate it under 3.
I'm pretty sure this is Bud Light in a new outfit.
It very well may be. Is that so wrong?
It's a fancy Budweiser. I can't wait to try it, though.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow. Oakland, spoiler alert.
Just easing the Duke's
Oakland
pain.
Grizzly 14 seed beat the number 3 Kentucky.
So seriously,
Wildcats.
is this InBev or is this some other brewery?
No, this is Armed Forces Brewing Company.
But
Make
is that
this
a
shit.
shell company?
For the government.
Came free
This
with
is made on all of our bases here in the United States of America.
came free with this SD card.
Beer.
That's right. Government issued beer. Damn it. Well,
It's got like a spiciness to it.
yeah, that's patriotism. Burns going down if you're a heretic.
Oh, this tastes really cheap.
Yeah.
This tastes like really cheap ass cut the corner beer.
I liked the Salt Life more, but that's not giving anything away because I really liked that. But this is interesting. It's a sessionable lager.
I just like how the description said nothing about the flavor. Mm-hmm. It was all about patriotism.
That's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's great.
This reminds me of a beer from my past.
Let's make beer great again.
They don't make MGD anymore, but that's got some MGD going on. It's a little softer,
Yeah.
but if you could just increase the bite just a hair and the effervescence, that's an
Yeah.
MGD. It's an MGD in wolf's clothing. Where
Does it say
wolves
Heart of a Lion on the side of it?
does. It does. I'm sure that's an organization that they're donating to.
Stu's not here, but the marketing is amazing.
That's the only thing this thing has. Like this,
Pretty
the
much.
beer
yeah.
is the beer.
This beer has never been vaccinated.
You're damn right. You are damn right it hasn't.
The beer is what they put the least amount of work into. Is this beer?
This says Heart of a Lion, John Daly, Major Ed Foundation.
John Daly, my man.
The best.
I
The
mean,
best.
come on, that's a point. And the can is dope as shit. But I felt like this Armed Forces Brewing Company is one we haven't really delved into, and they're showing up more and more. Like Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah.
Like everybody loves Black Rifle
Yeah.
Coffee because it's manly, it's American, it's owned by veterans, and then when you try it, the coffee's actually awesome and it's caffeinated. They have one that's like, I think they call it the CAF,
Yeah.
caffeinated as fuck,
Fudge.
and it is It will get you going.
Caffeinated American freedom.
Dude, you can drink that and you'll be waking up the next day still like, woo! Like it's awesome.
So Armed Forces Brewing Company is brewed in Norfolk and then somewhere in Virginia. Somewhere in Florida.
I was going to say Norfolk is still in Virginia, I think.
My brain was still reading.
And Florida.
In Florida, of course. That makes sense.
Florida man.
That's right.
That's why John Daly's on it.
Not San Diego, the other naval area.
Florida. Norfolk.
Norfolk, Florida.
This is what it's about.
This is
This is the best beer I've ever had. There's no doubt. This puts the A back on America. A plus.
America.
Yeah. I was disappointed when we started saying America. Like, we don't need to slow this down. We're the best. And this put the A back in. Woo! Somewhere Ric Flair's drinking this beer. This is the best beer I've ever had.
I always thought it was weird that we said America when there's lots of Americas.
No, there's one America. Then there's North America. Then there's Central America.
South America.
Yeah, we're America.
Okay.
Don't get that twisted.
Only one, Troy.
All right. I guess the globes are wrong. I got you because there's no such thing as a globe. We all know that.
Yeah. That's right.
Fake news.
No, we're the United
This
States.
beer is making me see very clearly now.
This beer is fantastic. I love this beer. I don't think I'm shocking anyone when I give it a 4.5. It's strong. It's for the people. It's by the people. I love this beer. Okay. Actually, let me rephrase that. I love this can.
I agree. The
This
can's amazing.
This can is a 4.5.
Yes.
I don't know that I've seen a better can, but I'm going to leave half a point hanging out there. Look at that thing, man. Preamble, got the Constitution, got the bald eagle on there. It says we the people. It's got stars on it. It's red, white, and blue. I love this can.
Patriotic.
I love this
Faux
can.
show.
The next time I have to fix the exhaust on my truck, I'm definitely doing it with one of these cans.
Nice.
I want people to go underneath that Japanese truck and go, but it's got the heart of an American.
I'm going to hire an illegal alien to do that.
That's the American way.
Yep. It's way more American.
I respect it. But I don't like MGD. I don't like the new version of MGD. But I don't hate it. I can drink it. But this is bad beer.
Yeah.
This is like, well, in the same way Busch is bad beer. But Busch is good. I don't know. Would you rather have a Busch or this?
Bush.
I'm pro Bush.
No,
I mean, Bush in general is better.
Yeah. Bush is always great.
Oh, you know what you should have done? Blind taste test between this and Bud Light.
Bud Light wins all
you
day
know
long.
this is not a Bud Light, though. It's got too much flavor.
Yeah.
But which one would you drink at the lake?
What about this or
Bud Light.
Budweiser?
Budweiser.
Budweiser's better. It's Beechwood aged.
Oh, I didn't take that in consideration.
This right here is, and I'm going to be nice to
But
it.
which one would you drink at a NASCAR race?
Bud Light.
And,
You
and
don't drink Bud Light at a NASCAR race anymore.
Not if you want to survive.
I do.
I drink this. I drink this at a NASCAR race. I'm going to give it a right down the middle score. I'm going to be gentle. I'm going to give it a 2.5. It's got beer flavor.
It is beer flavored. I'll give it that.
It's got beer flavor. It's not the worst beer. I could sit here and drink it. I don't like it at all.
Here's the deal.
It's a 2 to a 2.5.
Here's the deal.
2.5.
The can is cool looking as shit,
It's dope.
which we buy a lot of products because they're cool looking. That beer that's in there could be a variety of any beer that if you ever grew up drinking cheap beer, it could be a number of different versions of those beers. Like it's if that can just said beer on it, it would still make sense. Like
It actually leaves a bad aftertaste.
I mean,
I just had to put a Zin in to cut it.
yeah.
That's not a good thing.
I mean, it's a 2.5 all day. It's just a meh. I can't give the beer a high mark.
I feel like giving it a 2.5 is a high mark. I feel like I stretched. Being honest, I stretched a little.
The can's cool, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it just for the can, honestly.
One of us already did.
Are you paying craft beer prices for this?
Ooh, great question.
You are.
Not all right. I'm giving it a 2, and that's That's a point and a half for the can.
All right, so we got a 2, 2.5. So we're at 2.25.
I ain't paying premium beer prices for
Yeah, if this was
4.2% average tasting beer.
if this was $5 a 6-pack, it would be like
Yes.
yeah.
This beer is a mobile home with a Confederate flag in a can.
So awesome.
Yeah. to certain people, it's awesome. For me, I mean, I will say it's better than Milwaukee's Best Light. It does not have that
It's soft.
malty. It's pretty refreshing. But is it better than?
It's got a bite to it.
It's a weird bite.
Is it better than Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light? No. Those are 2.5s, 2s to 2.5s.
Oh, this is about to get crushed then.
Well, what is a 1.5? Is there a 0? Has any beer ever been a 0?
No, DKML was the closest ever.
And that was a bunch of 0.5s.
Pretty bad. That Triple Monkey is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I like that beer.
From Victory. Oh, that beer is disgusting. They have a new sour Triple Monkey and a sour berry Triple Monkey. So check them out. I won't.
What is a Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light? What are those historically here?
You can give a 0. I mean, you're well within your right.
Well,
I think a Miller Lite is a 3. I actually enjoy a Miller Lite. I drink them all day long.
all right, I'm gonna go with 2. It's not the worst beer I've ever had. It's not.
Yeah.
No.
Will you finish it?
Oh, finish it? Yeah, 100%.
Then it's got to be at least a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair argument.
Anything in the 1 range, I'm like, I'm probably not even finishing.
No, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick with 2 because I'll drink this beer, but if it's craft beer prices compared to a 30-pack of Bud Light or whatever,
Yeah.
there's zero chance.
I can't get a Costco pack of this shit.
Right. There's zero chance I'm paying $12 for a 6-pack.
Fact.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 2.5 just because if I go below it, I think I'm a commie. I mean, this is all American
Get
beer.
that logic.
I mean, that's where I'm going with it because this can is pretty sick.
The can is great.
It would be a worthwhile purchase for irony. And 4th of July, this would be a great beer to buy.
It makes total sense that there's 2 2.5s and 2 2s, and it nets out at 2.25.
Because that's exactly what
That's
it is.
exactly where it should be.
Yeah. On a hot summer day, you got fireworks blasting. You're gonna drink this fucking
Hell
beer.
yeah.
You're damn right you are.
Punching some liberals.
Hell
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Armed Forces Preamble,
You could
2.25.
You could hurl them at some people that are blocking the road.
Yep. You can roll some coal on a Prius.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, though. I do.
You ever had that happen, Dave? You drive a Prius.
I think some people may have tried to do that, but Virginia does. No one really rolls coal like they do on YouTube
Yeah.
in the Midwest.
I think you have to like set your vehicle up to do that. Like
I've seen some cars get
You are
rolled.
compromising the performance of your vehicle
Yeah.
to do that. Like it makes no sense whatsoever. Kind of like this beer.
that's most what everyone does with a pickup truck and or a Jeep and or I mean they design these vehicles and then everybody jacks them up, puts massive wheels and tires under them. And it's like
Slow it down.
you have wrecked whatever little bit of efficiency and handling that this vehicle had.
Good point.
Hey, Troy, what do you think of that Liquid Death
This is
seltzer
pretty
water,
tasty.
flavored seltzer water?
I usually don't like melon flavored, but this is pretty tasty.
Yeah,
Because it's very subtle.
That's the convicted melon.
It's a whisper,
okay.
hint.
Nice. So you like it?
I do.
Good.
I actually went to a gas station in the sticks somewhere, and my wife said, go into the gas station and get me some water. And they did not have water. Like didn't have your typical bottles. And I saw Liquid Death, and they had 30 different flavors, and
Yeah.
one of them was like stone cold water.
Yeah.
And it was like $1.99 for a 16-ounce can. And
Yeah.
I bought it, and it tasted like water.
Yeah.
It is
I'm like,
water.
how are these guys getting away with this?
Because
Genius marketing.
it's literally marketing. You can't go to a music festival now
Oh, really?
and not get Liquid Death waters because they can charge like $4 to $6.
There's murder your thirst on it.
Yeah, that's the best.
I just don't want death with stone cold water. It kind of freaks out, like Flint, Michigan water.
Yeah.
The best.
But they were pretty genius.
Got a bite.
Pretty genius to put them in the aluminum because the water bottles are what everybody says is ruining the environment.
Yeah.
In the aluminum, they can recycle.
There was a rumor on the internet when Liquid Death first came out that like a bunch of them had like E. coli in it, and like people were dying from Liquid Death, and it was the kind of thing grandfathers would pass around by email, and then like the word got out, and it was the best thing that ever happened to them because it was unfounded. Like you couldn't find proof of these deaths. And then everyone was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like old people are scared of it. And it just gave it street cred immediately. I wouldn't be surprised if their marketing department wasn't smart enough to be like, hey, send this to all your grandfathers. And let's just see what happens. But Liquid Death is everywhere. But these are the new seltzers. So I'm glad that's good.
It's just a flavored sparkling water.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that is in every car, every truck that's ever rolled coal. They
Damn
don't buy
right.
Dasani.
But you also see this shit in every like lowered Civic with cambered wheels. Like,
Yeah, that's the Monster Energy crowd when they realize that their friends are all having strokes at 25.
yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, it's not good. I'm glad that's good. Oh,
There's got to be a way to punch these up, though. Somebody's done something.
well, then they're now selling ones that are Liquid Death with tea, so they have caffeine in them, but they keep it really low, like 30 cal. Like it's still pretty mellow, but they do, obviously all kinds of cool names.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they're caffeinated waters.
Why don't they do like waters with like B12 and like
And it has vitamin B in it.
oh, does it?
Yeah, that's
Or like Toradol and like some real shit.
Toradol. Okay, why not?
I mean, seriously.
I'm not.
you saying
a lot of those
Do you mean
energy
taurine?
drinks-
Like
No.
Red Bull? No?
Yeah.
No, Toradol. You don't feel any pain, right?
Yeah.
Where's the
It's like,
opioid?
they'll put it in like IVs for athletes and things
Yeah,
like that.
it's good for muscle soreness.
Yeah.
Like Liquid Death, let's say meth in it. Why don't they do that?
It would sell. It would certainly sell.
I mean, like
Instead
IV
of Liquid
bags have
Death,
like
liquid meth.
B12,
Ooh.
Toradol. You can get different things in like an IV bag. But why not sell in a can?
You feel much better. I
Sounds
don't
fun.
I don't know if it's legal.
Oh, there could be that.
Laws. I read right here on my preamble can that I was allowed to pursue happiness, you sons of bitches. And pursue happiness I will. Hey, we had a listener reach out. We had Shell reach out, and I'm pretty excited about this. He's given us an update. He's been dealing with the same urinal problems we have. Piss splashback like crazy. And he thinks he has found the urinal that doesn't splash back
The floor.
at all. Even floor splashes back a little.
Not if you aim far away.
It's called a Duravit.
Duravit. Never heard of it.
Duravit. So he wrote that he was he says, I stumbled across this urinal in the wild the other day and I could not get any splashback no matter where I aimed. And since he knows we're inside the science house, he did mention I was peeing with great force, 30 milliliters a second, so velocity was not an issue with my test. So I think that's a very fair point that he gave us there. And he said, memorize this urinal, share the news with your friends and family, and see if this is truly splashbackless. He even sent a photo of the urinal. He was blown away.
That's
Is
a
that-
sink.
Is that like their claim to fame? Like, did he do any research on it, or did he just something he came
No,
across?
but there's the logo you're looking for.
Duravit.
Duravit. That's the logo you want. You see that logo with what appears to be maybe a dry bird. I don't know what that is next to it, but
That's in every farmhouse kitchen. And he's right. There's no splashback.
he's right.
Because it's so deep.
It does look super
Are you on the
deep.
website?
And in my neighbor's kitchen.
That's a Duravit?
Yeah.
No, but I'm looking for a Duravit urinal. Oh, that's a good looking bidet though.
I don't think that's a bidet. I think that's a sink as
It says
well.
wall-mounted toilet set.
I think one's a sink and one's a toilet. but they both look the same.
No, that's not how that works.
Everything's a toilet if you do it right.
Isn't that the truth? If you're a man. Respect.
The world is your toilet,
That's right.
or the world is your urinal.
What's the difference?
Yeah. Well, I think you poo in one.
Poo in urinals.
Challenge accepted.
I'm not scared.
mean,
My
there's-
favorite thing is when you get those big troughs. You get a nice busy setup. You just turn around and take a shit. That's the best look in the world. You pull down your pants.
If I ever saw that in real life, I would lose my shit with laughter, dude.
I think that's the one time you can get away with, baby, I think I got gonorrhea from the toilet. I was shitting in this trough.
I mean, there's no splashback in a porta-john
It's a
Oh, that's
30-foot
true.
hole.
or an outhouse.
Or an outhouse, yeah.
So
Or the side of the pallet house.
I found there's plenty of splashback, tons of it. I want to do that just once. I do want to get into a crowded trough
Just take it
and
down.
turn around and take a deuce in there.
In the middle of a Pearl Jam concert.
I know that Lane Stadium has troughs down there in Blacksburg.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I hate Hokies. I would shit in there.
That wouldn't be the first time it's happened there, too, I'm sure.
Oh, no chance.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, he's at it again.
I mean, that would be it.
You'd turn around, you'd walk up, and there'd be 4 dumps in there already.
Now maybe that's changed, but when I was in school, it was troughs.
You'll go viral. You trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
go viral? I'll give someone a pro tip out there. You find the most crowded urinal situation, trough situation out there. You turn around and take a crap. Enough people will take videos. You will go viral.
Well, you know what they used to do at UVA at the, God, what do they call the horse races there?
Oh, Foxfield.
Foxfield. They'd have the urinals. They'd have like the portable bathrooms, like, but they'd have them like set up in the infield, and they'd have troughs. And like at the end of the day, they'd find a drunk fraternity guy, and everybody start pooling money together, and they get a few $100, and they'd be like, "Who wants it?" And somebody have to slip and slide down the down the trough, and you could Google. There's video of it online. Some drunk fraternity guy would go face first down the trough,
I mean,
make a few $100.
everybody's got a price.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a price.
And when you've been day drinking all day,
I mean, I kind of get that.
yeah,
Hey, Duke, you shut that door? I'm cold.
I know.
Y'all cold? Oh, Dave's not cold. He's got Patagonia on. Mm-hmm. It's just.
Extra weight.
He's ready to go exploring.
He talks about his weight more than anybody else. I've never heard anyone else even mention it.
Not even when he's not here.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I've never heard his weight brought up
No.
in any conversation with or without him. But he can't go a podcast
Yeah.
without saying it 3 times.
Dave, you're a dude. Don't worry about your weight.
That's right. You're
Well,
good.
It's a defense mechanism.
I think we just solved his first world problem.
There we go. That's what we do here.
You're a dude. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Not bad. Not bad. Dude, you know what I ran into this past week?
I have no idea.
I've been gone a lot.
Hey, Dave, grab me that lime drink in there.
So I ran into
Please.
my first person who, it wasn't him, but it was his daughter. He kept referring to as a mer person. And I was like, what exactly is a mer person?
I know what a mer person is. I've seen the Netflix special.
Oh, there's a special on this?
Yeah.
Wait, what is a mer person?
Is it a mermaid? Merman?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a whole subculture of people that are mermaids and mermen, and they're like professionals, and they pay like big money to get these like custom mermaid tails made, and like they live that life.
Like,
And they're like, they go to, you know, like the ultimate thing is like to get in a show or like get in make big money, but like until they're doing that, they're like doing like kids parties and shit.
I mean,
Like
no
pool
lie.
parties.
No lie. What was the chick that was the mermaid that was sexy as?
Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah.
Yes.
And Splash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
She was so fucking hot.
she was all right. dude.
Prime Daryl Hannah was all right.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's the last mermaid I was even remotely attracted to.
Exactly.
And Aquaman.
No, he's not a mer person.
He is the mer person.
I never found myself attracted to him.
Okay.
I know that throws you for a loop.
It does.
I just don't like tattoos on my guys.
Would you splash paint on a Picasso? No, you would not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? It's ludicrous. No, yeah, I met, and he kept referring to as a mer person. And I
So
was
you
like,
met a dude who called his daughter a mer person.
was mad proud.
He's like, my daughter's a mer person.
Yeah, like he was
Not even a mermaid.
mer person.
How old's his daughter?
Like,
What special
Old
need does
enough.
she have?
I mean, there's a
Gills.
level of creepiness.
Yeah.
Are you close to this guy?
kind of,
Okay.
yeah. But I haven't seen him in years.
Does he have a 12-year-old daughter or like a 25-year-old daughter?
Like a 25-year-old daughter.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she's like, but apparently, like he was so proud to talk about it. He was like, yeah, she makes these amazing tales, and like people pay her tons of money for her work. And he was talking about how like she's in a pod.
Yeah, that's right. They have like gangs that are called pods.
Yeah. That she was in a pod, and like they can hold their breath like 4 or 5 minutes, something crazy, where they like stay underwater and they can like swim around and like do all this stuff, but like train hard for this whole mer life.
Someone that can hold their breath for 3 or 4 minutes and gets paid for tail. I think he. Well,
It's highly sexualized.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're half naked, like you got to be. Well, actually, it's funny because there's different pods. And of course, there's like kind of the more mer whale pods, not like.
yeah, there's no fabric in the ocean.
So is that a weight thing? Or,
Oh, there's some big mermaids too.
But are they in the whale pod or?
I don't know, like I forgot what they're called, but I'm saying like they're not all. When you picture mermaids, they don't all look like what you're thinking.
What you're thinking.
They're not Daryl Hannah's.
It's like watching Pretty Woman, then going into downtown Richmond and getting all your hopes and dreams crushed.
Yes. Exactly.
Where's Julia Roberts?
Yep.
I was blown away at how
He
proud
was
of-
like bragging on it.
Oh yeah. No, like anyone would brag about their son or daughter becoming a doctor. Like
That's weird.
like he was talking about his one son and how he's doing great and he's going to graduate soon. He's he's doing all this and he's at this school. And his daughter had graduated. She's a mer person now, and she makes great tales and everyone's buying them, and she can hold her breath for 4 minutes.
Those tales sell for thousands and thousands of dollars.
She's making a living
Yeah.
doing this, and then she's at the point now where she's not.
It's
just,
called Mer People on Netflix. Watch it.
Do you think he's proud because she has a business?
I think because she's made something of it. Yeah, that certainly helps. Like
Yeah.
if she was an unemployed mer person,
It'd be like your daughter. My daughter's weird as shit.
Yeah.
It'd be like if your boys or my boys, Duke, if they were like crushing it in like the Pokemon trading card game. Like that is not what you and I would expect our boys to be doing. But if they're making 6 figures and killing it, we'd be proud that was.
Well,
the
that's
case.
what I'm saying.
You're like,
There's
you
a
found your way.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. There's a financial, like, if she was just a mermaid,
Or if
flopping around the house, making no money, it might be a little weird.
If she's just at the local pool, like just down there weirding
That's what I'm
out.
saying.
Yeah, she's
I
in
can
the-
hold my breath for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
She's in the tub just drinking wine, smoking cigarettes at home.
But if she's making a solid income doing
Yeah.
this,
He
there-
said she was swimming in like aquariums and shit.
Yeah.
Because she could
Oh,
stay
yeah.
under so long that she could just swim around and like swim up and like see the kids.
Yeah.
Like, the kids were excited.
Oh, the
Like,
kids
swim
freak
around.
out, dude.
So apparently she's great at being a mer person.
It's kind of cool in that documentary. They talk about it. There was a place, and I forgot the name. There was a place in Florida in like the 50s that was known for having these beautiful mermaids, and it was like this natural lagoon type place that people would summer at, and it was like a tourist destination. And like if you were, it was like being a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, right? Like
You were
yeah, it was like you were a superstar if you were a mermaid at this resort, and like they're trying to keep that culture alive, but it's not nearly as popular as it once
No,
was.
this sounds like what he was talking about. He was describing these kind of like where people
So
pay
she's
money.
like top tier of these people.
I guess she's made
Yeah.
it. Okay, see, I didn't realize because I was picturing just anything but. But then the more he's like, the more effusive with his praise he's getting, I'm like, dude, he's like genuinely proud. And then I'm
She have any
hearing
pictures?
No,
Did you see any pictures
I
of
didn't.
her?
I didn't see any.
Do you know his daughter?
No, not since she was like young. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just she's like a kid, but now she's an adult and she's a mer person, which I thought was odd. So I just kept asking questions. Like the more he was talking, I was like, oh, I gotta know. So I just kept cracking beers and asking questions. Just went through this conversation, but he was
You
genuinely
didn't bring
proud.
out photos or videos of her or anything?
Not that I recall.
Because you
I
think
guess I would
like if she'd
remember
be
that.
doing, if she was in like some cool ass Baltimore aquarium, like doing a show, you'd be like, hey, check this video of her out doing her thing.
I guess I just didn't have the guts to be like, got any pictures of your
Pixar
daughter?
didn't happen.
Yeah, like I just didn't. It didn't occur to me to even ask that. I don't know why.
So is this more of like a costume thing for money, or do they stay in their shtick the whole time?
I don't know. Well,
No,
Troy,
they obviously like take the tail off and like walk
but-
around and shit.
But I'm saying, like, is it? I think it's more of a financial thing, which I would be proud of my kid.
Or is it
I
or is it
guess.
like a Comic-Con thing?
and it's kind of like
it's a lifestyle.
I was gonna say it's kind of like a CrossFit thing where like you're about that life. Like they have their pods, which are like their second families, and it's kind of like a biker gang where it's like when I'm not making this tail or performing in this tail, I'm over here talking with these pod members, and we're talking about our next show, and we're it's a whole kind of like my lifestyle. My life is following my kids around doing their sports. That's their life is.
You're a baseball dad.
Yeah.
You're a dive dad. Like
Yeah.
those are the things.
Can we get one over here on a Sunday, like laying on the sofa
Hell
in
yeah.
their mermaid
Dude,
outfit?
You know how badly I do want to have some fucking mer people.
And maybe
over
they
Yeah.
can
here?
get in your tank.
Hell yes.
Oh, we get some midget mer people.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mergits.
Write that down.
Mergits. Yeah, I like it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not hating on it if that's like
Yeah.
if you're not so like
They
crazy.
show
that-
one girl like as she's trying to get up to the next level, like she is literally like the cameras are following her and she's going into somebody's like pool house and like putting her costume on and like waddling out there, and it's like a bunch of 8-year-old girls
Going nuts.
going nuts because their parents got a mermaid to come to the pool party for the little girl's birthday party. So instead of a clown, they got a mermaid, and like she's in a crazy color wig and she's got the
Seashell.
yeah,
like,
I mean
titty
the whole kit and caboodle, and like people are freaking out, and like how and like they talk a lot and about like, oh, so and so makes the best tails. You have to get a so and so. It's like whatever brand purse women like. It's like you've got to. It's $10,000, but this designer of tails makes the best tails. Like it's
Okay,
crazy.
so then no wonder he was proud. All right.
yeah.
Well, short of drowning, how do you perform poorly as a mer person?
I think your tail sucks. You can't
You
hold
gotta,
your breath
it's a whole
long.
look thing, right? Like you gotta have the whole thing down. You gotta know how to field the questions because these kids are gonna pepper.
Wait,
you
but
with
you're
some
underwater.
questions.
How do you answer questions?
Well, you come up for air.
Makes no
She doesn't have a blowhole.
Yeah, she's not really a mermaid, Dave.
Or
Try to keep up.
Does she? So, all right. When I say furry,
Yes.
where does your head go when I say furry?
That's a costume.
Yeah, the mascots that like to fuck.
Boom. But see, that's the second half of it. Like, you think of it as a fetish, not as like a Comic-Con thing, not as like a kid's birthday party thing.
Yeah.
You think of it as a creepy dude, like going,
Yeah.
like, oh, I like these chicks.
Yeah, I think of furries as banging each
But
other.
isn't everything fetishized at some level?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is there like,
OnlyFans.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
what if
I'm-
she's making all her money on OnlyFans?
Maybe.
Yeah, and she's
she
telling her
is.
dad she's selling these $10,000 tails, and really she's
Yeah.
selling $10,000 worth of
lemonmermaid.org.
tail. Lemonmermaid.org.
That's interesting. And she's like all reversed. She's from the waist up. She's a fish. And she's just vagina out all the time. Like she just did it the other way. She's just spreading it.
Tell me some smoking hot chicken, a mermaid tail topless. There's not a subset of dudes that's what they want to pay big money for.
Absolutely, there is.
Yeah.
Save to favorites. Oh, what?
You rather get a blowjob from a mermaid that's fish from the waist down, human from the waist up, or bang fish from the waist up, human from the waist down?
You got to go human top half.
Gotta
Is that just because
gotta have boobs?
And
so
a
it's
human
more about
face,
the boobs?
Yeah, it's all about the boobs.
And a human face. You don't want a fish body and face with some human legs. And
I don't know. I just wonder if maybe it's because I've been conditioned.
I mean,
think that.
how hot is the fish upper half?
Like
Think of the
rainbow
hottest
trout,
fish
rainbow
upper
trout,
half
yeah,
you've ever
rainbow trout.
thought
It's
you've ever
beautiful.
seen.
It's speckled. And there's some yellow.
No,
I mean, like
peacock,
flipper?
bass.
Peacock bass. There you go. Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, that fish better calm the fuck down already.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is.
That fish is asking for it. Wait, what? We still talking fish?
I don't know, man. You ever seen a koi pond that you throw a bunch of stuff in and you see those mouths like over the top, dude? Like, you can't tell me that you haven't looked at just a herd of koi and been like, I could see how
wanna put my
sailors.
penis
I
in
can see how
there.
sailors hang out on the
Tough
open
on those seas.
Yeah, you've been out there for 2 years, nothing but men use teeth.
I do find it fascinating that fishermen know exactly which fish have teeth and don't.
Yeah, stay away from them sheep's head.
Yep.
That's a bad fish.
You'll lose a thumb. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah. I got circumcised by one of those.
Dude, that would
I was 22.
that would be weird if she was making all her coin on OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans?
That's her dad. Oh,
I mean, it's probably likely. Am I wrong?
write that down.
OnlyFans is the best website.
OnlyFans.
That's where I must lose $500-$600 a month on OnlyFans.
Mergits was good, but OnlyFans is better. Or maybe it's Mergits and OnlyFans.
Merch it's on OnlyFans.
Half price.
Dude, double. Who are you fooling?
Oh my god!
I just want
you
that-
gotta watch that documentary. It's pretty interesting. It's like 4 or 5 parts. It's long, but it's pretty wild. Because like to your point, I knew nothing about any of this. Like I was like, hold on, this is real. There are people. These are real people.
Did you finish Netflix to land on Merman or
Dude,
whatever?
I love Netflix. I go to Netflix every night and just see what they new, and especially documentary section. I watch almost any documentary on Netflix.
It's a weird one to stumble upon. And then go, yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm in.
Do you use Netflix?
Yes.
So every day there's new stuff, and I just watch something every night.
But I tend to pick and choose. I don't think I would have gone past that and been like, well, like there's one on The Villages I still need to see.
I haven't.
I saw that.
hadn't popped up.
But it's not on, I don't know if it's on Netflix.
It's awesome.
Yeah, like I want to see that.
Actually, it's like marketing. I know the podcast episode, and they totally downplayed the having sex with fish part. I mean, the swinging part.
In what?
And
They just talk about how great it is, and every day's a party, and blah blah blah. And they leave. I think the documentarian asked about swinging, like no.
Of course not. Of course not.
365 live bands, right?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, that's what it's about. You drive your golf cart to a band every night. Every night. I can't wait to get to The Villages.
Sounds awesome.
And
I'm
we're
gonna-
getting close.
Now we're getting closer. Stu's there.
Stu is there. Stu's going to get some info in the mail here starting next week.
And yeah, he's going to start getting hit with those, weekly merman shows or
He might as
mer
well.
people shows.
As much as he's on vacation, he might as well just have a home there.
So he gets his
Why
AARP
not?
magazine this week, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be exciting for him. The discounts a lot. Now at least I know where to find him. Fucking, 6 a.m. at Hardee's. Fucking sipping on a coffee, reading the paper.
Getting some biscuits and gravy.
That's right.
That's right.
Solving the world's problems.
I can't wait for those days. I aspire.
Dude, that'd be a fun podcast.
Go to a.
Just roll up to a Hardee's and just sit with those dudes.
Start smoking again.
We got to go out to like the northern neck. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking like right near the water. Like there's a Hardee's. Actually, I know the Hardee's in the northern neck that I'd want to go to. Because you go out there at like 5 a.m, you'll see the fishermen coming through first. And then the old people will come in and set up and
The watermen.
watermen.
Yeah.
Yes, which is the greatest people. I love watermen. Just rednecks who are better at it.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome.
Dude, it's wild out there. Like, those people their families have been in that area for hundreds of years.
Absolutely.
Like, no joke.
Yeah.
They have their own language.
Yeah.
Well, you get over to Tangier Island, they legitimately do.
Yeah.
I heard that Tangier Island is the closest to the British accent from the 1600s.
Yeah,
that
like
you'll
the
get.
old. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
It's even more British than England in 2024.
Yeah, it's been bastardized and kind of cleaned up. But back then, they came over to Tangier and they were like, well, can't see anyone else.
I'd like to go over there. I've never been over there, but I've heard it doesn't take long to tour the island.
It's
Every year
disappearing fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better get there soon because it's supposed to be underwater in about 15 years.
I've
probably.
seen.
Well, the world will be over in 5 to 7 years if we listen to the
Yeah.
experts.
I've noticed there's some like cheap property on Tangier Island. Like, if you
A lot
want
of it's graveyards.
this stuff looks kind of like graveyards.
Yeah.
The stuff I've seen, but like this stuff's like inland, but like it'll be waterfront soon.
Yeah.
It's like now's the time to invest at the
Yeah.
middle of Tangier Island because you gotta get that last house.
Have a rip-rap driveway.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, what's all that about? Be like, I see what's coming.
Just take your flat bottom boat right up to your property soon enough.
That'd be dope. But yeah, their stuff is cheap. Like people are leaving, they're nervous, and I'm looking at some of these houses. I'm like, I think I would pay $85,000 for that house.
Right.
And just cruise out there and be definitely waterfront
Yeah.
and different world, fresh crabs.
And seafood.
Yeah. I see what he did there.
Nicely played.
They say that the crabs you get there are the closest thing
To the British.
to the British crabs from the 1600s.
Those crabs have to be legit because, like, you're passing around in your family.
Yeah, I got the Harris guide over there to tell you
Yeah.
of Coventry Garden ladies. That's the best one. I'll tell you everything. Ooh, I got the 1400s crabs.
There's a documentary on Tangier Island, and it sucks.
Good to know.
Wow.
The documentary sucks. Or
No,
Tangier
Tangier
sucks?
Island sucks.
Yeah.
It's
I think
boring
so.
as fuck.
Yeah, there's literally nothing
There's
to do.
nothing to do. I mean, there's opioids, but there's no like cool bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
are they
Like-
they're like whacked out over there now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's very incestual.
I mean, that's hot.
I mean, you're on an island.
But I guess that kind of
Go
breaks
over
my
there.
heart.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, y'all.
Yeah.
They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, totally.
That kind of breaks my heart that it's just opiates over there now.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
It's poor, dude. It's really poor.
And on top of that, I don't know if it's weather related or whatever, but the income that was meager in the 90s is a fraction of that.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting the fish hauls or whatever that they were getting 30 years ago. So, yeah, 85 grand is probably the rich guy.
Oh, the house wasn't bad. I
Yeah.
was looking at it, I was
the
like,
rich
oh, yeah.
person's house.
Well, shit.
Yeah, because all they do
Time
is
to go buy their shit up.
All they do is pass their
saying.
shit down. Probably like there's no reinvestment in anything. It's
But
like,
no one's buying there. We should go. We should all just move there and be the non-opiate addicted. Well, give us 5 years.
we need a friend with a PODS license because then it'd be like legit. Because then you could just fly over there.
Every year we go on that scandals trip, I try to convince someone to take the day and take me over there. I just want to see it.
Yeah,
Just want to see what it's about.
Disappointment.
sadness. I'm sure.
I can't believe they don't have a bar.
They might have.
Oh, they
bar.
have a bar, but it's not like going to be a fun spot.
Yeah, like
It's like what you pictured a bar was when you were 8.
Yeah.
Like the sad guy. It's like, oh, please, one more drink.
That's my favorite bar.
that is like the best. You definitely have to bring your own woman.
Yeah.
You don't want to go there to pick up chicks.
No.
That's
And
gotta
you
be
probably, if you really think about it, you shouldn't bring a woman.
Oh yeah, it's quite the target.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring over
Yeah.
some.
You'll
Talk
find,
about fresh meat.
you'll find a mermaid there. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hey baby, put on a sundress. Get on the boat.
Yeah.
Take you over here. Oh gosh. Yeah, that would be brutal.
God, what's like a Richmond 6? You take her to Tangier Island.
11,
Yeah.
Chicago 10.
like the mayor, immediately. You know what I mean? She just
Who's
shows
this
up.
movie star?
Yeah. That must be Taylor Swift. That's got to be her.
Dude. So I started watching the Disney thing with the wife. It's a 3.5 hour show, right?
Wait, what?
the Taylor Swift
show?
thing?
Oh, yeah.
Snooze fest the first hour and a half. Like, it's like everybody keeps talking about how great this show is. The first hour and a half of that, what I've seen, she can't dance. She doesn't move around a lot. And it's not like an exciting show. So I don't know if everybody's just drank the Taylor Swift Kool-Aid, but like I've seen Pink and I've seen other shows where there's a lot more going on.
Well, I don't want to hear it. I'm going.
Well, obviously, but I'm just
I
telling
refuse
you,
to watch it. But it really not impressed.
not so far.
Well, you're not a Swiftie.
I like her stuff.
No, so you can appreciate her music.
Yeah. The songs I know, she's playing cuts I don't know.
But like even that, you're not like, oh, that's good. Like nothing's
Nah.
hitting you.
No, I mean the songs I like, I'm like, oh, that's a good song, but like it's not a crazy show.
No, she's never been a good dancer though. She's
know.
never been sexy.
Would you find any concert on your television exciting?
I literally rewatch.
Not you.
concerts.
Not you.
Okay. Go
Troy.
ahead, Troy. That's why he's a good third mic.
That's a good question because most concerts I don't go to because I give a flying fuck what they're doing, like entertainment wise. I want to go because I like the music.
Yeah.
You know, usually the showmanship is making up for a lack of something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why boy bands are popular
So the
with
answer is
their
no.
dancing.
Yeah.
So probably not, but maybe a Pink show because I thought that was kind of like a circus when I saw her in
Cirque du
concert.
Soleil
Yeah.
with bad songs.
See, I like her stuff. But it's obviously not the same. Live music is popular for a reason, right? It's better live
Yeah.
for sure.
I think it depends on the artist, though. You know what I mean? Like some artists don't sound as good
Oh,
live.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because they're
mean?
so
Yeah.
everything's fixed in
Yeah.
an edit or
Quadruple
studio,
vocals and
But some sound better, you know?
I guess that's very true.
I assume all live music now too is they can fix so much of that shit. I mean, she's out there and she's got like 6 backup singers, and you know they're like running background vocals, and I mean they have it down to a science.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But like if you listen to like a rap album, you go to a live rap concert, it's a lot different. Usually the
Yeah.
album sounds better,
yeah,
in my opinion.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when live musicians go way off script on their songs because you're like, I'm here because I like the song. What are we doing here? You're
Yeah.
doing a totally different version of it.
That was my problem when Counting Crows was really big. Like they were good like the first time I saw them, but like the third time I saw them, they kept changing everything so much that I was just like, all right, dude, you had a good song.
Yeah,
You're ruining it.
but you got to get tired of doing that over.
No, and I
over,
get why he's
over,
doing it.
over. Yeah,
But
you guys heard of Top of the Pops?
yeah.
It's like Dick Clark's whatever American
Yeah.
Bandstand in England.
uh-huh.
And there they do get huge names right when they're breaking, but the rule is that you have to play to basically your CD at the time. They just hit play and you stand there and pantomime and lip sync. Or no, it's live vocals, but all the music is done from your backing track. And you can look these up. They're videos of Nirvana, and they were not into that.
Yeah.
So when they're playing the music, Kurt Cobain has his hands like a mannequin playing the guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Like 4 fingers not moving
Like
at
a
all.
Ken doll?
Sliding up and down the
Yeah.
guitar. I thought that was pretty punk rock.
You're
I'll
damn
show
right.
them.
Yep.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He showed us all.
He did.
He really went all in on that whole punk rock thing. Respect.
But just goes to your whole thing about watching stuff on TV. What's cool, what's not. You sound like you, Troy, don't like things on TV compared to live. So I don't know if Taylor Swift would ever satisfy you on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to go see the big show.
Yeah. I'll get right on that.
Hook it up. And I would recommend
Ireland.
no, just wait till the tickets are sold out.
Yeah.
That way you can really pick the seat you want, because it's crazy trying to get the face value.
Yeah.
Pay the premium.
Yeah.
You'll appreciate it more.
It was wild too because they were in SoFi, and it's like they're showing like long shots, and it's like you can see people in them, and it's like, oh my god,
Troy would say that
You
overpaying for a ticket
fortune.
would be as dumb as paying like $500 for a baseball hat.
Yes, I would.
I mean, that would be dumb as shit.
Except one goes to kids with cancer, and one goes to an already really rich person.
Wait, is there a story here?
What?
Yeah, but you got to look at the experience.
Someone paid $500 for a hat?
Well, Troy did,
Yeah.
but it's the nicest hat ever.
Yeah.
So there you go. So don't make it weird. Do you want to tell that story, or should I do this?
No, I don't.
Perfect.
Because it's not a good story because like I was the cheapest person in the room.
Well,
so,
you
like-
talked about it on a podcast like a year ago.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you were talking about one day you're going to overpay for a hat.
Oh, well, that day happened. Thanks for the recall because I do not remember talking. Do you remember me talking about it?
Not that part,
Yeah.
but I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, that day came.
Troy bought a charity hat.
Yes.
Spent a lot of money, but the money went to charity, and I respect your game. There you go.
Thank you.
I'm just busting chops. I would do the same thing. I mean, I wouldn't, but I think that's awesome that you did that.
Now you're playing a character.
Sure.
I get it. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me sit in with you tonight.
Please come back next week.
That was nice. Oh, I got bad news for you. I'm on the road
I
next
know.
week.
I
And then
know.
into the following week.
We got to figure that out.
But we will figure that out. I have a feeling we can cobble it together. We have more days. Last time was literally, I was gone for 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was on the road that whole time. It was insane.
Bet you're glad to be home.
You have no idea. Until last night when my wife was like, I'm bringing both the dogs in bed. And I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't really seen the dogs in a while. And then those motherfuckers are like, I don't know, but you've been gone for a while. This is our side.
Yeah.
I was like, you better get the fuck. And they wouldn't even, I was
They
having to
wouldn't
put my
budge.
legs under them. I got a 100-pound dog just laying on my legs. Everything's going numb. I was like, this isn't what I signed up for.
What if your wife said, check out this tail I just bought?
Wish a motherfucker would.
Yeah, dude. I wish you had the top. Check out this fish head I got.
That tail will go perfect with this fish top I have.
Yeah, dude. The fish top's where it's at, dude. I'm done with mermaids in the old sense. I'm trying to start something
You're
new.
literally flipping it on its head.
I'm just, yeah, that's going to be my thing. I'm going to walk around with my dong out. I guess I got to put a shell on it, right?
Yeah.
All right. But my ass can hang
Class
out.
it up.
Be like, that's a hairy ass for a merman. They're not used to that.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for having me back, man. I do appreciate it. It's been too long.
Welcome back.
This is like my first podcast in a month in
Yeah.
reality.
You're a great fourth mic.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope one day to take your spot. Move up to third
Well,
mic.
one step at a time.
That's how you do it, bit by bit. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in week after week. We really do appreciate the support. And you saw, Shell, man, we appreciate you sending a topic into the podcast, and especially a callback to something we've talked about in the past. I wish more listeners would do that. It's super easy. You just send an email to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com with either a follow-up or your thoughts on a story or just something else that's going on. in your life you want to hear about, we'd be glad to talk about it. So appreciate that, man. If you haven't had a chance to send us all of your money, you can do so on Venmo. It's super easy.
Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
That's great. Or you can always find us on Facebook over at the Inside the Pallet House podcast page. We'll put the same episode out you're already listening to once a week. That's basically all we do.
Please review. I thought without Brendan here, we might get some reviews, but it looks like we have
I tried to get my wife to review while we were listening to last week's, and she couldn't figure it out on Apple.
Wow.
It's crazy. I would have liked to see that 3-star review. They're missing something. They're missing something. They had give them 2 more stars. They need someone else. Well, keep trying. Keep trying.
Keep at it.
Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you next week. Oh, did I give them the... If you need a mortgage, head over to screendoormortgage.com. They'll take care of you, especially if you live in Georgia or Virginia, because otherwise they can't. And if you need some sunglasses, if you live in the rest of the 48 states, head over to nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Abacus in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off of a good-looking pair of sunglasses. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Duke, what's your outline? You got one?
No.
No, that's up.
Go Wildcats. That's a pretty good podcast, don't you think? Is that a dolphin?
It's a mer person. Just the top half.
Just the top of the mer person. The best half.